Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Major. I'm the host of the Majorvation podcast, where we talk about all things inspirational, aspirational, and motivational. Today, we have a very, very special guest that we're going to discuss. The three M's is what I call it: money, mindset, and also marketing, all in one from someone who has found a very creative way to kind of catch the attention of an audience, but also educate and entertain them at the same time. So, without further ado, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Stacy Serrano.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, what I want to do, I want to jump right into it in regards to rewinding it back in regards to tell us about where you're from. Are you from California? Did you move out here? If not, what inspired you to come out here? And kind of like where did you start up into where you are right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm originally from Costa Rica. So I was born there. And then I had lived in Florida for a while, for pretty much all of my childhood. I was raised there. And then I moved to Cali about, I think in 2019 or so, around there. I lived there for a while. And I was in the film industry, so I was like all about, and in the Hollywood parties, I was with every celebrity you can think of. And over time I just realized that it wasn't what I really wanted to do, what I really didn't want to be part of. Just because there's a lot of darkness in the Hollywood industry. So I just decided, I actually left California. I'm no longer in California. I'm now in Las Vegas,
Right.
and honestly, the Vegas lifestyle is 10 times better than Cali. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of like a little bit my journey on how I started everything in my transition.
Yeah. So, if we're thinking about the initial cost to want to come to California in regards to acting? Was there someone who inspired you, someone in your family that was acting, or someone on the movie screens? What prompted you to want to go that route initially?
Yeah, so I actually wasn't acting. I was a special effects makeup artist.
Oh, fantastic. I
Yeah.
thought I heard something where it was like you were acting or wanted to act and you just kind of got over it.
Well, in my childhood I did want to, get into acting,
Okay.
that I did that in my childhood. I did modeling and acting, and I did want to be an actress. And but during the time of that process of me doing that, I was really great at drawing and like painting and all these things. And I just kind of was like, you know what? Like, let me see if I can do something with this. And I
Yeah.
just started out with just regular makeup looks, like regular glam. And then out of nowhere, it just caught my attention that you can actually create like these monsters and like really cool, like special effects. And I didn't know the word for it at the time. And I just got into it. I became really, really good at it. I've learned how to create like my own, you know, um, uh, prosthetics and things like that. So I didn't like go and buy them. I created them my own. I really became really creative at it. And I got a deal with some really big time movies and films. And I started working with celebrities on music videos, on films, and all kinds of stuff. And I just really got into it. So I just kind of was like, you know what? I think the being behind the scenes is kind of me. I think I like it. I think I get to be creative, and I don't have to always put on this, persona or be this person or whatever, until I really got into the industry and I was just like, I don't think this is for me. And people in the industry don't treat makeup artists the way that they should be treated.
Right.
And I wasn't getting paid well, and it was just like it was a whole thing. And don't get me wrong, I love art. I still love doing it. I still love being part of it. But I think I have a bigger purpose in life.
Yeah.
And that's where what I'm doing today is pretty much why I'm doing it today, because I want to help as many people as possible in this world. I want to change people's lives. I want to, again, the three M's: change your money, change your marketing, and change your mindset.
Right.
And those are all three of the biggest pain points that people have in today's world. And I was like, why not I be the person that I wish I had as a child? and really change you and do something for somebody instead of, yeah, don't get me wrong, I had the skills and I had the artistics of doing special effects, but it wasn't doing much. It wasn't doing much for others. It wasn't changing the world. It wasn't changing people's mindsets. And that's when I started putting myself in front of the camera and kind of took what I had learned in my acting career and my makeup career and my knowledge into what I learned over time and put it all one together. And here I am, what I'm
Some,
creating today.
Sometimes that is the best route I tell people because, because you start in one place doesn't mean that you have to continue to stay at that place. And so
Right.
during your course and your journey of evolution actually prepared you for these moments that you're experiencing right now,
Right.
sharing to others. But why do you feel like, you know, why do you feel like it's so important for you to have, and this is not just like a question aimed at you, I always ask people this like as far as purpose, like almost of being of service. And
Mhm.
I looked at some of your video and a video that you posted on YouTube, and you was talking about the fact that you are doing what you do as far as those types of videos for free in regards to the knowledge, the game, the gems and jewels that you're sharing with people, because I guess you recognize that some people in these industries of knowledge and education get taken advantage of
Yes.
more now than ever, of course, due to social media. Why did you feel like it was important for you to craft your purpose around that for others and be helpful?
Yeah, because like I just mentioned, I didn't have somebody like that in my childhood. I had a really rough childhood. I didn't, I didn't grow up with, the financial literacy. I didn't grow up with the super entrepreneurs. My Don't get me wrong, my parents were entrepreneurs. They had business of themselves. But they still had that mentality of like working for other people. Like, oh, I'm working for you. Even if I had my own business, I'm still working for you. The way I see it is I like to create a community. We're working with each other, not for you or you for me, right? So if we work for each other, then we become a better community, we become a better world, we become a better everything. So that's why when I started creating my YouTube and like my videos and everything like that, I had a YouTube a while ago and I was doing my makeup stuff and all. Again, I wasn't really sure. I was doing everything for myself. I was being very selfish. And I just like was like, you know what? Why not just give this for free? Give the knowledge that I gained over the years, everything that I have for free. Why? Because not everybody can afford, some of the things that out there people are putting out. And
Right.
in order for people to succeed, they have to be able to gain the knowledge and apply it, right? But not everybody has the access to that knowledge. And also, even if you give the knowledge for free, only certain people will actually take it and apply it and do something with it.
Right.
So if I'm worried about somebody becoming a multi-million, this and that, no, sure. If somebody does, amazing. I did something for somebody, but it's a very few amount of people that will actually do the things that I'm telling them to do or giving them the knowledge and actually take place with it. So that's why I'm just giving out free knowledge for the people who are actually going to do something with it.
Yeah. So was there a defining moment, like a day or instance when you were like, this is the path that I'm going to choose? I think it's a great model. I do a lot of that myself as well. And it's kind of like a page out of Gary Vaynerchuk's book. And also his life and his brand, his content. I've been following him for a very long time. And it's very similar because he gave so much value, so much value. And by chance, if you did, release a makeup line or whatever it is, right? People are going to be compelled to purchase and support you because you've given them so much value over the time that they've been following you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I always tell everybody, especially my marketing clients, people buy people. They don't buy things.
Yeah.
Because here's how it goes. Kind of like what I don't like to get too much into politics, but I like to put this a little bit in there because it goes with it. So we have difference in presidentials, right? We like this president, we like this president. But when we like somebody, we buy their things. We do things for them. We go and vote for them. We go and do anything that they're doing, right? Because we like the person, not per se because if a Kamala and Trump came out with the same t-shirt, with the same logo, same branding, same everything, are we gonna go and be like, oh, well, they have the same thing, so I mean, it doesn't matter who we buy from. No, you're gonna go buy it if you like Kamala, you're gonna go buy it if you like Trump, right? It's the
Right.
same thing here. It's the same thing. You are a brand, whether you're just a person that's doing photography or you're a restaurant owner or whatever, you as the owner, you are the brand. So show people who you are, your values, your thoughts, everything, and people fall in love with you and they're going to go and buy and do whatever you say because
Yes.
they love you. They don't care about the product. They're going to love you for you and they're going to continue supporting you. And as over time, you're going to get better with your products and everything else that you're doing because you understand your audience even more on a deeper level.
Yeah. So how do you feel? And that's really good. I'm glad you specified that and kind of broke that down in an example form for people as well. But how do you find yourself dealing with having certain traction, having certain success? But between all my social medias, I probably have 500,000 followers,
Mhm.
1.2 million people in my emails. But when you have that, and I've also been highlighted because of things I've done professionally as well. But when you get to those places, someone like yourself that's getting this early traction, there is resentment that comes. There is the audacity of you, or who do you think that you are? If that hasn't happened, if it does happen, how do you navigate that? And do you allow that to affect you and stop you from your motion?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I actually have had that recently, because of my recent video that I posted. I had somebody basically tell me like, "Oh, you don't have to do videos like that in order to get people's attention. Like, you don't have to do this and that and whatever." And I'm like, "Listen, one thing I know about marketing is that you have to catch people's attention one way or another, right? And some of the dumbest and things that you don't even want to do sometimes is what catch people's attention, right? So like I created this persona of like being like this sexy girl that gives you all this advice, but I'm giving you actual advice,
Right.
right? I'm giving you like real things that you can actually use. But in order for people to listen to me, instead of being like a boring financial advisor that I'm like, oh, here's how you invest and this and that, what nobody's gonna listen to me. Nobody's gonna care about a word that I'm saying. So why not just make this like persona and put my acting skills to use, right? And show you, hey, I'm gonna do this whole entertainment thing, but at the same time, you're gonna actually listen to me because you're gonna want to really hear what I have to say. Because you're gonna be like, is this girl really know what she's talking about?
Yeah.
Because she looks the way that she looks. And is she really valuable? No, I actually have licenses. I actually have a lot of things that can show you, hey, I know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show you and I'm going to put myself in the box that you're already putting me in at the same time. So I'm
Yeah.
going to put myself in that box and then show you the value that I actually hold, whether I look this way or I don't.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad that you have had that experience to navigate that, because sometimes when people get early success in these particular fields, in these industries, they get easily jolted by people not agreeing with them. And my biggest thing is I double down. I just, no matter what you believe or what you think about that particular video, that particular post or whatever, everything in marketing, as you know, is a testing ground at the end of the day, right? You have to go and test the field, test the market, you pull the data from it, see what worked and what didn't work, and then you continue to push forward. So I'm glad that you've had that early on little friction that allowed you to ingest it in a way to where you still understand what it is and you're doing what you're doing. I personally think when I came across it, I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, because I'm a marketing guy, so I think in a matrix. I was like, I saw all between. I was like, that's actually pretty good. And I would think that a lot of other young women that are working to enlighten people in certain ways will kind of draw some confidence from your ability and courage to do that, because so many people are afraid to be judged about how they market themselves and how their message is delivered. And so I applaud you for being courageous and figuring out creative, cool ways. And you're going to continue to grow and evolve into different things on this journey, obviously, right? But great job. You know, I said all that to say great job.
No, yeah, thank you. I mean, and I'm taking the knowledge and skills that I've done for other people because I've made people millions of dollars in different business with my marketing, right? But I never done it for myself. I've never been the brand, right? So me starting this new brand of myself is not only just to, I guess showcase that I have these skills and to bring more people to me, but also to show who I am as a person and why I do what I do, and at the same time still have fun with it because nothing in life, you can't take everything in life so seriously. And even the people that are, in my DM saying like, oh, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, like you don't have to be that persona and do, I'm like, if you only understood and you understand how this world works, you would understand why I do certain ways and I do certain things. Doesn't mean that I am that person, because if you knew me, behind the scenes, I'm not this sexy fun girl like all the time, like I'm actually very serious when it comes to business and I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but at the same time, it's social media. We have to have fun with it. We have to be entertaining because people love being entertained at the end of the day. And at the same time, people love dumb things. And also sex sells
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
and when you put the two and two together and you bring in the actual value into it, as long as you're bringing the value into it, that's all that matters.
yeah.
And you're actually putting in something in the mind of somebody that can think of like, oh my God, wow, I never thought about that. Even though this is a funny video and entertainment, I actually never thought about the message that she just said. Let me rewatch that one more time and actually really listen and not like think about all the other nonsense that's going on in the video, you know?
No, I think that's great. And just for the record, nothing you have done that I've seen thus far has been dumb. It's been very entertaining. It's something that I get as a marketer, but also as a viewer as well, because I'm actually still listening, to what you're saying and others who do similar type of videos in the past that I've have followed as well. So for you, when you're coming up with this persona, when you're coming up with the concept of what am I going to do to break through, because you know that there may be some barriers there because this particular topic can be perceived as a boring topic, right? Another person talking about money or mindset or whatever. Did you have any foundational inspiration? Did you look at certain other individuals and just kind of take it in through a filtering system to kind of create this particular character? And if so, could you kind of walk us through that process?
Yeah, absolutely. So me, I've been like really like stuck on like TikTok lately, and I've been really studying like the most creative and like viral people out there, right? And of course, the most viral people are the ones that are doing the crazy stuff. And I was just really studying a lot of these creators. I can't pinpoint you an exact name of the creator, but there's this one girl that she does like all these like luxury videos and where she'll like go to like luxury restaurants, she'll get a big piece of steak, and you know how they put the sauces on the side and stuff, and you usually would cut up the steak and put the sauce on the steak. They like, no, what she did was she'll get the steak, she'll get the two sauces and put them all over the steak and grab the whole entire steak and eat it in like a luxury dress, and like, and that goes viral, right? And that goes viral. But it goes viral. Why? Because you have the steak, you're at a fancy restaurant, she's dressed super nice, she's pretty, and she's doing something that you wouldn't even expect, a twist to it, right?
Right,
And so I really studied this and I was like, I need to figure out how to make that happen, but with the the value and the information that I'm putting,
yeah,
right? Because like you said, I watched so many gurus out there about mindset, about, money, about this and that, and it's all it is just them sitting down and talking.
yeah,
And yeah, don't get me wrong, like I love watching that kind of stuff too, and I get the information. But most people that regular Joe Smo doesn't go and watch that kind of content. They want to go get entertained by the girl picking up a steak and eating it in a restaurant, right?
right.
So how can I also abide to those people, because those are the people that we actually need to help change their mindsets.
Right.
It's people that already have the mindset change and are looking for more into it. It's about the people who don't even think about those things.
Yeah.
So that's how we touch base into it. And that's kind of how I got my little ideas. And of course, AI.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
AI today use it for everything. It helps me so much, and I'm like, I don't even care what anybody says about AI. I love it. I think it's a great thing. As long as you know we're using it for good, that's all that matters.
Right. No, I agree. I'm a big fan of AI, and I experiment with all of them. I've taken classes, like literal courses. I've taken and sat there. I went to Pasadena College and sat there for like 16 hours, and was just learning, learning, learning. Just open your mind up to so much creative control that you can have in a different way that you've never even thought of. So I'm all for AI, but I do want to talk to you. We have probably like another 5, 10 minutes, but I want to dial it back and have you share, and for the sake of inspiration of others that are probably watching this. I did hear you mention just talking about your upbringing and dealing with different obstacles and dealing with trauma. I mirror that. Like I came up under certain circumstances and dealt with trauma that we try to process. But then you have someone who has evolved, who has had a certain amount of success, and someone like yourself is having success in building a brand as well. What kind of advice would you share with someone who has had those type of obstacles and dealt with that trauma to creating the person that you are now in regards to mindset, and kind of like if you could like give some quick brief little pointers on some things that you can do for the self-care of yourself in that development stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely during my time of me taking myself out of that really bad stage and place in my mind, it was all about just talking to myself and facing the problem, right? And sometimes the problem might be like invisible to us, but if we face it within ourselves, and what I mean, like I would have days where I would just sit with myself and just talk it through and just say, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything that's coming through. Give me more. Give me more so I can become stronger. Give me more so I can be a better person. And I would just really like just take it, and I would, I would shed tears. I would be in a really, really bad space, but I knew that I was going to get myself out of that just simply by having those sit down moments and facing what I was dealing with. Because, quite honestly, what I've learned from the times that I was having those hard times is that nobody can say anything to really change that. It's all about in yourself, honestly. At the end of the day, like, anybody can be there for you and obviously help you through process, be there for you, love you, and all this stuff, but it's within yourself who's going to actually get yourself out of that. So you need to like talk to yourself like as if somebody else was talking to you. What would somebody else say to you? Say it to yourself and really believe it, and sit down, let all the emotions out. Let anything that you have to say, whatever you believe, just say it. And over time, you're going to realize, do I really believe what I just do I just really believe that I'm this bad person, or do I really believe that this is who I am, or this is why I grew up the way I did, or do I really believe I deserve this? No, you're actually going to start realizing, no, I don't. I don't believe this. And I believe that I deserve better. I believe that I'm meant for more. I believe that I'm a good person. I believe that, and it's all a self-talk at the end of the day, and a mindset. It's a working muscle, and you have to work it out, and you have to really just sit with yourself and just talk it through every single day. That's honestly the best advice I can give you, because no one else in this world is going to help you through that process except for you.
No, that's great feedback. I mean, that's a great way to put it. I've heard someone speak recently about some of the things that you just talked about. Just having that perspective and just having that mindset and just talking to yourself. One of the things that I jokingly do and I tell my wife all the time is that, I always tap into my 60-year-old self, because my 60-year-old self is like really balling. Like my 60-year-old self is very wise. And I always ask my 60-year-old self, like, what would I do financially in these particular positions that I'm in these situations, and just try to navigate it through wisdom versus emotion or even overreacting. So what you're saying is spot on to how a lot of high level individuals operate and function in this whole entrepreneurial space that we're working in this digital world that we're working in. So that's spot on. I'm sure a lot of people are going to grab a lot of great value from what you're sharing right now. So I really appreciate you for that. How important is sleep to you?
Oh my God. It's so important. Sleep is so important, guys, especially women. Women are supposed to have a little bit more sleep than men, if you don't know. But honestly, like with the way that I work and the way I'm a workaholic, sometimes I like my sleep schedule is all messed up. But sleep is very important, guys. We should definitely get our 8 hours of sleep. I don't care about what guru out there tells you you only need 4 hours and this and that. No, you need your sleep in order to cooperate and do things correctly. Because even last night, I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. And I was like, dreading the whole morning. I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to sleep, this and that. But like, and that's not the way that you need to be functioning through your life. You need to like wake up, feel refreshed, ready to go, be able to do your things. And that only happens when you have at least 8 hours of sleep. I can be a person to tell you that because I'm literally, I know how it is. But get your sleep schedule on right, guys.
Yes, I'm the exact same way. Another question I got for you.
Yeah.
This is a fun question.
Okay.
Is there a movie that you watch and have repeatedly watched that totally inspires you and make you feel some type of way that you would like to tell us about?
My favorite movie is The Grinch.
That we just saw it yesterday.
No way. Okay, okay. I love The Grinch. I think The Grinch has a great message, and I think I am the Grinch, if that makes it, and not in a bad way. Like,
Yes.
because I was the Grinch in the way of like, I was mad at the world and I hated everybody and I hated me, I hated everything. And then it transforms and your heart grows and you see a community and you build a community. That how the movie ends. We're all singing and dancing together and we're coming together. That literally is me. That's who I am today, and that's what the person I become. And that I think that's why I love that movie so much because it's all about community and coming together. And yeah, I think that that message, I don't even think people realize how deep that message goes. And you just kind of made me realize why I love the movie so much, honestly. But yeah, I just love the character. I love that it's funny, again, entertaining,
Yeah.
fun, but you still have the message. You still have value in the movie. And I think that that's just, that's who I am.
So you're the first person I've asked that to
Okay.
on the show. So you did a great job. And like I said, it's such a irony that we literally just watched that yesterday. And the interpretation that you just explained is
Yeah.
what I've been pulling from that.
Yeah.
And also my sons, I have three boys, and they watch it under that same pretense. And they look at the elements and the moments when they have the flashbacks into why this person had all these different emotions and had, it was really always a good person and wanted to be cheerful and jolly, right? But
Right.
certain circumstances, darken his heart and his experience with the world. And that's why he lashed out and, went up on top of a hill or top of a
Right.
mountain. And so that I would have never expected you to say that, first of all. So that's absolutely amazing. I love that analogy on how you connect the dots when it
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a cool thing. So, aside of this, is there anything else that you want to share with the audience? Is there anything that you have upcoming that people can follow? Share your social media or any websites or opportunities so people can have a chance to connect with you. And we'll definitely share those contacts and links or whatever in the YouTube video as well, so people can stay in touch with you and get informed and be inspired as I am on this show today with you. And I hope so many other people tune in to really get a feel of who you are and what you're sharing to the world out there digitally.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much again. But yeah, no, the only thing I would say is just really educate yourself, especially about money. It's very important in today's world. really get that education. And this is why, if you guys, any of you watching, want to have a financial meeting with me, I do them for free. So you can talk to me. I can talk to you about investing, saving, wealth management, all the fun stuff, and get you a right blueprint into the right place. And the way that I win is when you win. That's how I do business. When you win, I win. Okay. And right now, I don't have anything going on. I usually have a webinar that I can, put out there. I don't have any webinars just yet, but just follow me on my socials, Stacy Serrano _ pretty much that's all of my socials on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's Stacy Means Business. That's like my branding. And yeah, and pretty much everything that I talk about is, like he mentioned, money, marketing, and mindset, the 3 M's of what everybody wants to always learn and talk about. So yeah, just follow me on there. And I'll probably post some webinars or things or events that I have going on. I'm always in the loop with a lot of things happening. So just follow me and you'll see from there.
Sounds good. And what I'm thinking of just off the top of my head, I think that we should do a joint seminar together or a webinar.
Absolutely.
That'd be pretty good to kind of merge the audiences and try to see if we can get some traction, but even more so, just have it out there to educate people and connect with people as well. And I would talk to Tina about trying to coordinate that with us as well. I think that'd be something that'd be useful for a lot of people as well. We can kind of deep dive on what that will look like and how we can put it together. But if that's something you're interested in, I can put you on spot right now on the Majorvation show. It's like, will you do it with me?
Yeah. No, I would love to. I would love to. I think definitely we can bring, again, community, bring together your people, my people, all kinds of stuff. Maybe we can even bring another special guest that can bring more numbers and more people so we can help as many people as possible at the end of the day.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Well, Stacy, this has been great. I greatly appreciate you. From the small time that I've been following here, just watching your content has been very informative. I totally get your angle and what you're doing. I see you as a very high functioning, very intelligent person that's doing some great things, that's empowering others. So I appreciate you from that perspective. But just humbly, thank you for joining us on the show. This is a new relaunch of the show. This is a rebrand of what we're doing. I've been blessed to have a huge network of people that I've caught in every favor, and we're literally close to 100 shows in 4 weeks. So it's been an amazing journey. So thank you for coming on board and sharing with everybody in the audience. And we look forward to do it again. This can't be a one-off.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So we will stay in touch. Everybody, make sure to follow Stacy on her journey. Go to her Instagram. Reach out to her, as you heard her say. She gives free calls, consultations for free. Her video content is available for you to get enriched in regards to understanding and learning more about money, marketing, and also your mindset. Without further ado, well, with that said, that's it, folks. That's been the Majorvation Show. Thank you guys. Tune in for the next one. Peace.